Hi, Gemini. This is Gabriella with the Divine Dojo. I am here to do your reading for May 6th to the 12th, leading up to that Scorpio full moon. So, I think you're my last one. I have to check, but yeah, this week is a chill week, for the collective. There's not a whole lot of going on in terms of planetary aspects and transitions. The big one is that Mercury is moving out of Aries and going into Taurus, which will be a good time. That'll be happening on May 10th. And that's a great time to take a practical and grounded approach to communicating, and also a good time to discuss finances, do some financial planning, anything having to do with your money, trusts, investing, things like that, is a good time to definitely, look into that when Mercury enters Taurus on the 10th. And then the biggest transit that we have coming up on Monday is that full moon in Scorpio, which is a deep emotional, transformative full moon. So what I've been suggesting to people for them to do is, if there's stuff that you're needing to let go or want, energies that you want to clear, I'd suggest definitely writing down, those things on paper, people, places, things that you want to let go of. It could be bad habits, addictions, whatever it is that you're wanting to release, and write it down, and then either burn the piece of paper, bury it, or like throw it in the ocean. That's a good ritual. It's also a good time to do some cord cutting rituals, and send people on their way with love and respect and appreciation, and just be like, you can communicate it if you want, or you don't need to, and just do the cord cutting on your own. A lot of times we think that we need closure, right? And we need closure from the other person, and we need closure for ourselves. And it's like, no, we can create closure. It's just, we have to be right with the closure within ourselves. Like it's when we know it's time to let go of a relationship, and you don't want to be like, hey, I don't like you anymore, well, bye, and we don't have to do that. You just kind of can slowly and kindly exit out and do some cord cutting and move on, right? But we have to be in acceptance, and our heart has to be full with that. So I don't know why I got that ping for you guys, but anyhow, there it is. So I'm going to clear the energy, because I did have some like a little like heavy heart type of thing. So maybe that's what you've been feeling you needed to do, but you haven't done it yet. So this time around is a good time to do it. So let's clear the energy. So take a deep breath in and release whenever you're ready. Deep breath in. And release whenever you're ready. Spirit, I call you in to give us a good, clear, and concise message for Gemini for the week of May 6th through the 12th. Yeah, I'm being called to open up with an Akashic Records card for you guys. All right, Spirit, thank you. Beautiful. So you got the Connect to Intuition card as your opening message, and what a great what a great moon to do that with, right? Scorpios are the Scorpio energy is very intuitive. Like, they just fucking know. They know. They don't know what they know. They don't know how they know, but they know, right? And so it says connect to intuition. Hopefully you can see that. It says, repeating patterns are keeping you from making a new choice in this situation. Break free from the old ways, thinking, and ask for new insight. Yeah, it's time to connect to Spirit this week and tap into your intuition, and maybe, make decisions on what you're needing to let go of, and, do as you may with that information. I'd like to You know what? No. It says, what's the vibe? So Spirit said, what's the vibe? So I'm doing, what's the vibe for you guys? What's the vibe for my Geminizzles? Gemini, Quimini, Geminizzle. I don't know why I like saying Geminizzle, but I do. I do. All right, Spirit, what's the vibe for Gemini? What's the vibe for Gemini for this week? What's the vibe for Gemini this week? Too many. What's the vibe for Gemini this week, Spirit? Oh, shit. That's hilarious. So I got clingy and exhausted in reverse. I mean, these cards typically we don't read in reverse, but you know, it says clingy, old exes, dead relationships, old ways, right? And then it says exhausted, burnt out, burdened, empty. And then what's funny, so these came in as a pair, but reversed. So I'm going to keep them reversed, but so funny. And so then and then you got 3 in a stack, and it says cutting ties, and that's what I was talking about, right? Like with the Scorpio full moon is like cutting ties, freedom, standing up, awakening or awaken. And then it says suffering and silence, you know, unspoken desires, real feelings, broken dreams, you know. And then in reverse is like family, and it says blood ties, inner circle. So maybe you have been suffering because, you know, you're a Gemini and you kind of like to do your own thing. And maybe it's time to cut ties with that, like, I don't want to say that single life, but like that feeling of being empty and maybe staying in old ways and old patterns, right? So I don't know, it's gonna be different for you guys, but it's interesting that you're one of the signs that got, you know, I got the pink for what's the vibes, because most of them didn't get what's the vibes cards, and that's what came out for you guys. So let's move on. Gemini. Let's see what wisdom of the oracle has to say. Thank you, Spirit. 2 popped out. Wow, deep knowing and a regeneration. So I forget what sign got these. It might have been Cancer. I don't know. Anyhow. Yeah, so you got a deep knowing and regeneration. So this is definitely that Scorpionic, you know, rebirth, death and rebirth card. Even like the tower, right? After the tower explodes, this reminds me of like the lava is still hot, but the new growth is happening there, right? And then the deep knowing, it's that moon, right? It's what we know deep inside of us that we really want, and that we tell ourselves so many times. We tell ourselves lies like, no, I don't want that. No, I don't want this. And it's like deep down inside, you actually do want it, and we're just lying to ourselves, you know, pretending we don't want certain things when we do. So we'll see if I get a ping to read any of those, but I'm going to let's keep it moving. Let's keep it rolling. I'm going to pull something from the archetypes deck. The archetypes. Ooh. All right, Spirit, give me a clear message for Gemini. I hope you guys had a good weekend, Gemini. Like I said, it's a pretty chill week this week. You got the Queen, another moon. Yeah, there's something about the Scorpio full moon that's going to be very, very potent and powerful for you guys, especially if you're a Gemini sun and have a Scorpio moon. Forget about it, right? You're gonna have a definitely it's powerful. It's powerful for everyone, you know. I think I'm gonna read that Queen. It'll be interesting to see what the rest of the story is, to see what comes out. So, all right, my beautiful Geminis, let's get into the tarot. I don't think I shuffled these, so let me shuffle and we'll get some clarity on what's going on. What's going on with Gemini this week, Spirit? What do you want to tell them? What's going on with them? My beautiful Gemini collective. I like Geminis. They're a vibe, man. You guys are a vibe. You guys are fun. It's so much fun shooting the shit with you guys. Especially awakened ones, you know. No offense. I mean, I think anybody who's reading tarot are going to be somewhat awakened, or watching tarot, I should say, are somewhat awakened. So I've had some crazy ass talks with Geminis about the universe and all that. So, all right, Spirit, please tell. Thank you. What do we get here? So we got the King of Wands and then the Two of Cups reversed. So Scorpio, Sag energy, and then Cancer energy. So King of Wands, definitely, you know, maybe might be that entrepreneur. You might be that entrepreneur, the natural leader, you know, maybe, dare I say, not necessarily celebrity, but maybe, you know, this King of Wands is definitely a career focus King of Wands. Thank you. Beautiful. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, 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 ay. And you know what? These came up this way, so... Excuse me, I've had some allergies, so I'm sorry. It's like gloomy AF in LA, and it's so annoying, and we're not even like in that June gloom, you know, type of energy yet, but it's been May gloom for sure, and most of April, which has sucked. But yeah, so I got the King of Wands, the Two of Cups reversed, and then the Three of Wands, followed by the Ace of Swords, the Star, and then the Wheel of Fortune. Sorry. So, I mean, you got some good shizzle, my nizzle, coming up, you know. I like this. The only card that's reversed is the Two of Cups. Maybe it's a love opportunity that, or a love situation that you're just like, or like an old, you know, an ex or something, or, you know, struggling in a relationship, and you've been like this one says, suffering in silence. Maybe you have real feelings, or maybe maybe you're scared of, you know, revealing your real feelings to the person. And maybe this isn't just about, you know, like a love connection. It could be a partnership and friendship and, you know, whatever. Use it, you know, if it fits, it fits. If it doesn't, it doesn't, for yourself, right? If it resonates, it does. So, because otherwise you have, you know, you have the Three of Wands. This is definitely making some progress. This is definitely maybe doing some traveling. This is definitely like moving forward on something. This is expansiveness energy. You have the Aries energy here, and then you have the Ace of Swords. So you have, you know, a clear vision of what this is, you know, what you're going towards here, right? You're facing towards what it is you have, and you have a clear vision towards whatever it is you are looking to do. And maybe this is about, like, I don't know, I think I mentioned celebrity, but this is about following your hopes and your dreams and wishes and wish fulfillments, right? And your purpose. Maybe it's about, you know, having good fortune, because you have the Wheel of Fortune here too. Yeah, because you have good luck, you know, on your side. You have beautiful things. So what's up with this Two of Cups reverse? And then you have the Queen, and then you have, you know, let's not forget these cards, regeneration and a deep knowing. So beautiful energies. The only card reverse was that Two of Cups. So what's this Two of Cups, Spirit? What's this Two of Cups about? What's this Two of Cups about? No, nope, nope. No. What's this Two of Cups about? Connect to intuition, deep knowing, the Queen. Interesting. Interesting. So then you got the Two of Swords upright. So, you know, maybe you've had to make a difficult decision in love and partnerships, or you're needing to make a difficult decision in love and partnerships, and you haven't made it, right? And that's why you're feeling exhausted, and you're suffering in silence, and you need to cut ties, right? You know what you need to do, but you're not doing it, or you have done it, and now you're kind of moving on from that energy. I don't know. What's this Two of Swords about? Maybe you're avoiding, you know, not wanting to look at this relationship, a partnership. Doesn't have to be romantic. The World, yeah, chapter's done. Whatever it is, that is, whatever this partnership, romance, whatever, use it to your, you know, whatever is your energy, to your story. It's done. It's completed. You're finished with it. You need to move on from it. You have beautiful things on the horizon, and it's time to move on. Maybe you are going to be traveling, and now you're gonna, maybe with this full moon, you're gonna get the clarity that you need to move on, to get to the star energy, because you have good luck and good fortune on your side or coming your way. This is beautiful, Aries. Aries, Gemini, so maybe you're dealing with an Aries, I don't know. But this is beautiful. This is pretty clear. Whatever, you know, whatever you need to let go of, this person, place, or thing, it's time to do it, and there's no more dilly-dallying about it, and there's no more like going around it anymore. The decision has to be made, and you need to connect to yourself and your intuition, and you already know this deeply, that you have to do this, and it needs to be done. I'm not even going to read that. And, you know, once you do that, you definitely are, you know, having a transformation. And like I said, you're moving on to big, beautiful, amazing things. You have clarity, you have new ideas, you have success coming your way, you have, you know, good fortune coming your way. So, I mean, that's a no-brainer to me. It's whatever it is that you're dealing with that is not in harmony or in balance or aligned, needs to go. And it's done. And the decision has been made, and you just need to execute and move forward on your decision. So that's it. I think I've pretty much made it. But let's see what Spirit, is there anything else? I think it's it. No, no. They don't want me to go. They don't want me to go on. All right. Thank you, Spirit. So I am going to read this Queen, because she is sexy. I love it. Look at this. I'm going to read this Queen. What is this about? Maybe this will give us some clarity. I think it's pretty obvious. I don't even know. You know what? Since this is looking like a relationship, I'm just going to pull, because I don't want you to feel like I'm gypping you out of, you know, a reading, because it's short, but it's pretty obvious to me. But let's just pull something from the relationships card. Singles and relationships cards, Oracle deck. Singles and relationships Oracle deck. My hands are so small. And one kind of just popped out. Male, female, it doesn't matter. Eye candy. No more fucking around with the shallow bullshit, right? Gemini. Like, yeah, we all want eye candy on our arm, right? But beauty fades. Choose someone for their inner beauty and personality. It's time to let go of, like, you know, whatever that is. Like, if that is you, if it applies to you, or vice versa, you know, maybe the roles are reversed and you're, you know, you're here for a reading for Gemini or whatever. But that one just kind of like fell out, you know, like it wasn't like, it wasn't, you know, it didn't like pop out. It just kind of like bleep, bleep. I was going to say something so crude. I won't though, because YouTube might ban me. Anyhow. Okay, Spirit, let's just get some clarity about this. Thank you. Okay, I'm just going to take those two because I think it says need rescuing. It says you are waiting for love to save you, but you must stop waiting and start looking. So maybe it has been superficial thus far. I don't know. I mean, it's pretty obvious that whatever what was is not working out. Yeah, and it's like and then it's hard to get. You are missing opportunities by playing too hard to get. Give someone a chance. Maybe you don't want to, you know, you haven't been wanting to be in a relationship. Or maybe you're Gemini if you're, you know, a cross watcher and looking for a Gemini. You know, I don't know. I don't know why these came out, but maybe it applies. I mean, I think I was pretty clear on what this was. It's just like, it's time to let go of the old ways of, you know, doing things and connect to spirit and connect to people that actually, you know, are aligned in your values and that are not just like good looking, or, you know, maybe you are connecting to exes and whatever, because, you know, you're in the comfort. It's familiarity, right? We're comfortable with what we're familiar with. So please do let me know, Gemini. I think this is so interesting. I love this shit. I love it so much. I love it. I love it. The Queen. Let me pull it up. The Queen. The Empress, the Mother Queen, the Sovereign. Like her counterpart, the King, the Queen has a dualistic nature. Either she presides over the realm with grace and eloquence that comes from the heavens to uplift the spirit of others, or she falls into petty, contemptuous moods, casting a shadow across the land. If the king is the ego, the queen is the expression of that ego in the world. She's the lotus's bloom, the dancer's bow, the moon's radiant reflection. When the queen is seated in her rightful and righteous place, she is patient, forgiving. She waits for the grace of God and the goddess to move through her, striving and grasping for nothing. To be the benevolent leader, to embody the queen, is to settle into deep trust, resolve, and power. The royal queen fears nothing, for divinity itself cradles her heart. Yeah, I think it's, you know, here's the king, right? The King of Wands, and he's a solid leader, you know. He's a natural leader. He's he's a balanced leader, right? He is definitely more, he's not like that, let's say like the King of Cups, like where he's more of a emotionally balanced leader. This one is like more of a grounded type of leader. And like it said, right, the Queen is the one who like, the King just like rules over everyone, and the Queen, you know, kind of, it's like society, men and women, right? So I believe like women control culture, right? We set the culture of what is the rules of society, the cultural rules of society, right? The women, the feminine energy, I should say, the feminine energy. And then the masculine energy controls like the rules of the world, like the overarching rules of the world. And we are the masculine energy is what controls that. The overarching rules of the world, right? And then the feminine energy controls the more of that cultural, societal rules of the world, right? So it's just interesting to me that the Queen came out. But this is definitely, to me, is to take that leadership within and stop dallying with, you know, things that you know are not for you. Stop being in those realms. Stop playing around with either people, places, things, or feelings, you know, that are just not aligned with you. And, you know, because you have beautiful things here, you know, you're moving towards more of connection to spirit and more of the authentic self, right? The star, more into your authenticity. And you definitely have good fortune, but there's something that you need to cut ties with and start connecting more to your intuition and become that leader, you know, that doesn't dilly-dally and fuck around with people, places, things that don't even deserve. And I don't want to say deserve, like other people don't deserve, you know, but like that don't deserve your attention. That's what I got for you for this week, Gemini. And like I said, I mean, there definitely is a clear sign of like cutting some stuff out of your life this week. And, you know, nothing but good things headed your way once you start like really aligning to people, places, things that are authentic to you and yourself, like the real you, right? Because you're the Gemini. You got the two you got the twins, right? So bring the twins into balance and really merge your authentic self into one, and, you know, make some serious decisions here about people, places, things that really are aligned for you and more beneficial for you as well, right? All right, my Geminis, I love you so much. I hope you have a wonderful week. And please do comment, like, share, and subscribe, and let me know what's going on with this, because I am interested. All right, have a great week.